Welcome back guys to part 30 of my Witcher 3 Platinum series. So after letting that guy beat us and becoming the best of friends, just make sure you meditate to recover your health and to get any potions back. Yep, so this is what we're following at the moment guys. Gwent, never fear, Skellige is here and we want to follow the objective to obtain a Skellige deck. And then what you're going to do, you're just going to head south. Exactly the way I'm doing, head south all the way to the end until the path bends around to the east. And then carrying up the steps and you should be stopped by a little boy. He'll skip towards you and you want to give him a second answer. This is very important. Here, your tip. That will give you some progress towards the generosity trait for a later quest, which relates to another trophy. So it's very important guys, with him you pick that bottom option, 5 here, your tip. That would be generosity. And then read these letters which you get afterwards. The main one you want to be reading is Letter from Yennefer. But just read them all and you can't go wrong then. And then after meeting the little boy, come up here onto this balcony, this terrace, and talk to this guy which the objective is taking you to. I want to choose top option, new faction, tell me about it. Then the second option, new deck, way to get the idea. And then top option, want to sign up, take part in the tournament. And then after this, very important, tell him bottom option, some other time maybe. We don't need to actually do that quest, well that part, or take part in the tournament. All we need is to say we will, and then basically we don't. And then when you leave the chat, you'll get that Skellige deck. And then come to the innkeep guys inside and beat her at Gwent. Yeah, we have to complete this quest for a trophy, never fear, Skellige is here. And obtaining the deck and also beating these 19 opponents is how you complete it. I've tried messing this about. Can you do it without getting the deck? But the trophy doesn't pop. You have to get that deck, even though we never use it. And then once you beat them, you then want to follow the side quest, turn and face the strange. Which should have triggered after seeing that little boy, I believe. So yeah, side quest next, turn and face the strange. This side quest leads to your mutations, and you need to craft a mutation for a trophy. So you have to do this just because of that. So what we're going to do, we're going to head sort of south. You can follow the water line, just follow the path following the water. Yeah, just continue south guys, sort of southeast a bit, the path will start bending in that direction. You should find that mark on the way, Nilfgaardian Embassy. You'll hear the locals along the way chatting a lot of rubbish. Just ignore them. And then as you get close to the objective, you can actually follow the main path into the entrance, or you can just jump on this railing. Sort of jump onto the side of the wall by jumping to the side, and then you can sort of jump from there over the fence. And then examine this gravestone near the massive tree in the search area. Yeah, massive tree, the gravestone next to it. Once you examine the gravestone, shortly after you can examine the top of the coffin. And then shortly after examining the top of the coffin, you can examine the remains of Meredith inside. Yeah, examine the skeletons. And then after these footprints should appear, you want to examine the far footprints like I just did. The very far footprint near that slope. Shortly after doing so, the quest should update. And you'll be tasked with looking at this map in your inventory. Yeah, the old map of Toussaint. So look at that map after examining that final footprint. And then that quest should update a bit further. Now we're going to follow this quest guys. Le Cage à Faux. But on the way, we're going to put a marker down just here. Yeah, marker down just there guys. There's a monster nest just there which you have to complete for the Wine Wars quest. The objective isn't there at the moment, but if you were to follow everything sort of slowly, I guess. Imagine if you wasn't following a optimal guide. Yeah, you'd be coming all the way back here, just go back to that monster nest. But this way, we actually destroy the monster nest on the way to the next main quest objective. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, destroy the enemies guys, loot them, and then destroy the nest. Yeah, these are like scorpion type things. And I think it's, yeah, I think that happens here. So what happens, I meditate after the battle to get my health back, and all the enemies seem to respawn. I'm not sure if you could do that at every monster nest, but if you want a chance of getting finding more mutagens, you might want to do that at most monster nests. You know, once you've killed all the enemies, just meditate, and if any respawn, you can get even more mutagens, which are always helpful. So yeah, once you kill them, guys, put a bomb in the monster nest, and there you go. Loot the monster nest afterwards, and you see here, yeah, meditate, all the enemies respawn. And I do meditate again afterwards, but they do not meditate. Sorry, enemies don't meditate. They do not respawn for a second time. Alright, so once you destroy the monster nest, make sure you have destroyed it, otherwise that objective will not quite be completed. And like I say, Wine Wars quest will want you to come back later. So yeah, once you destroyed it, get on Roach and make your way to the objective now, guys. Remember, Le Cage are full. Meet Regis at the cemetery. Yeah, I have no idea the name of the cemetery. Mere La Cage or something. So once you get to the cemetery, to the east of the objective marker, there'll be a broken sort of grave like so, which you can drop inside. I have no idea what's happened to my map then. It's gone all green. My map's been poisoned. Yeah, so that's where I am. That's where this opened coffin is for you to jump inside. Just drop down, come down here, and once you get in this first open area, kill the enemies here. You have to kill these because otherwise it does not let you sort of jump up the little step to progress. So yeah, there'll be 3, and they all seem to spawn one after the other. Kill them and then loot them. Yep, and then you want to sort of continue south. Just continue going south. South. Yeah, even when the path forks, just continue going south. And you'll come to this wall. Examine it, and you'll find it's an illusion. And you want to grab a sword from the top of this coffin. It's a relic. Caestus Fredilius or something. Yeah, grab that. And then go back to the fork. Go left. And when you get into this chamber, there'll be a cutscene. And you'll meet Regis in this luxurious abode. Yep, so choose top option. What do you want to use the hand for? The ring. What's its provenance? Probably best not to ask him what he wants to use the hand for. Yep, then it's the top one. Brew the decoction. Top one again. Let's drink. Top one again. Seems you chose to misunderstand. I don't want to talk. And then second option, guys, very important. Second option then. Maybe there's something specific you want to ask me. Something specific. And then it's top option. Yeah, I'd be a witcher. Appreciate the compliment. Top option again. What's this about a curse? And then it's the second option. Know anything about this white? And then top option. Time to visit this white. And then on the way. So we're going to be doing a lot of side stuff now, guys. A lot of side stuff, which is going to save a lot of time while we are in this sort of region of the map. Yep, so now we're going to be following Turn and Face the Strange. Yep, this one here. And you're going to head northeast to the objective now, which is in water. There's going to be a sort of little temple hidden underground. Not a temple, it's more like ruins. It's all like destroyed. But now this objective is the current one on this Turn and Face the Strange. There should be a portal which has appeared. I've tried accessing this portal without finishing that earlier part in the cemetery. You know, where we examine the gravestone and then the coffin and then skeleton inside. Yeah, if you don't do that bit, this portal doesn't appear. Tried it all. Yeah, I tried coming straight here after doing that main quest without doing the first part for this side quest, and this portal will not appear. So if it's not appeared, it's because you've not quite completed the earlier part of the side quest. You need it to be asking you to come here. And once you get here, guys, dive in the water under the ruins and you'll find that portal inside on the sort of north side of the ruins. So head inside, it'll bring you into the secret area. Once inside, carry on down.
Something in Moreau's tomb to activate the entry portal.
And I always jump over here
This place has in store.
and drop down to make sure you roll. Normally that skips a spike trap and a few things if you just jump over there, guys. And then once you get here, a fight will trigger with some little cats. So defeat these pussy cats. 2 of them. You can loot them afterwards. Just going to repair my weapons. Yeah, so once you looted them, just continue east, heading towards the objective marker. And then once you get up the steps, turn right and drop down this hole. Carry on, go left at the fork, then go right at the next fork. And then that'll bring you over here. Jump up the ball, jump up onto this area above, and head over to the statue, and the statue will come alive. Defeat this pussy cat as well. Leave it afterwards, and then continue south. Now in this room, careful you don't fall down, and do not use the zip line. What you want to do, shoot that switch there with your crossbow. Shoot that switch. Shoot that switch. And there's one more. I know, right? You don't normally do this in The Witcher 3. So, I think when I first came in here, I had no idea what you had to do. Because you do not have to shoot things, switches, do you, in The Witcher?
Interesting.
But yeah, that's the room where you do have to do it. They're breaking the molds. So once you're in this big chamber, this gargoyle, he's going to come alive. The one right beside the entrance. So just wait a moment. Once he comes to life, yep, beat him up. Use strong attacks. Should do the most damage because he's heavily armoured. Obviously he's a gargoyle made of stone. Make sure you loot him. You'll get a gargoyle paw. And then place it on that pedestal, guys. And that should make loads of portals appear. You're going to go into the east portal. So look on your mini-map, it's the east portal. And then once you spawn here, drop down. If you take the wrong portal, it'll warp you. It won't warp you here, basically. So go to the east one, then drop down, and then jump up to the north, and go to this far north portal. And then once you get in here, head along the path clockwise all the way to the end. There'll be a little gap you have to sort of jump across. Yeah, this gap here. And then it's this portal. So it's a far pull on the left after jumping across a gap. And that'll bring you here to this laboratory. Grab that grey to green mutagen from the corner of the table. And grab that grey to blue mutagen stuck on the wall there. And then come to this cave. Yeah, you want to kill these enemies. Now the easiest way to kill these is to throw down Yerd. Forgetting the name of that sign now. Is it Yerd or Yerdy? If you put that sign down, when they come out of the ground, it stuns them for quite a long time. Otherwise, it can be a pain in the ass. And what they'll normally do, they'll normally try to emerge below your feet. So if you stand in the portal, and then wait for them to emerge, and then cast it, or cast it when you see them about to emerge, and then roll out of the way. Or sometimes you might, if they don't seem to be emerging near your feet like this one ain't doing, just make your way over to him and then cast it next to him. Just careful, these guys can kill you quickly. Yeah, that's what happens if you do not stun them. No, it missed him again. But got him anyway. So once you kill these, you want to loot them. And once you looted them, continue south, and you'll find their mother. Will not be very pleased that you killed her offspring. So again, try to cast Yerd, whatever it's called, where she emerges from the ground. There we go, got her. Yep, that's done some for a long time. That's the best way to dispose of them. That's it, once you killed her, loot her body. And then you want to loot all these items in the corner, guys. Mutated, giant, centipede, albumin. Yep, loot all them from the corner. And then come over to this wall, guys, to the northeast. And use R to break it. And then examine these sort of little stereoscope things. examine them, and you'll get a load of options appear. You're going to choose top option, first entry, and then the third option, third entry, and then final option, fifth entry. Once you chose them 3 options, you can then choose let's summarize at the top. And what you want to do, come to the rear of this Iron Maiden. Yep, and place a mutated giant centipede Oberman in the back. And come around to the front. Strip completely naked, except for your underpants. Yeah, take off all your weapons as well. Otherwise this won't work. And then interact with it, guys. Yeah, I tried keeping everything on. Well, unequipping everything, but keeping on only my shoes and my socks didn't work. You have to unequip everything. So once you've been in the Iron Maiden, that will advance the quest. You want to equip all your gear back. And then trigger the portal by using Ard on the crystal. And that should complete that quest, guys. You should get XP times 200 and be level 38 at this point. Right, so now we're just going to head to the beach to the south. Roach should be there waiting for you. Depending where you got off Roach when you first jumped into the water. Yeah, so this next quest, this won't be on your map. This is for some of the Witcher gear. So open your map and place a marker there, guys. Place a marker on that little spot there.
Go.
There's going to be a guarded treasure there. We're going to head over to that guarded treasure. We're going to kill the enemies and then loot the corpse for the letter to Gregory Pixide. I'm going to read it. I think that's part of the Wine Wars. Yeah, so make your way to that guarded treasure where we put the marker down. Kill the enemies. It's these serpents again, these snakes. So remember again, use the Yodel sign. If you can, to stun them for a long time. I've got this one. And got in. So yeah, loot their corpses afterwards. And you want to loot this corpse, this body, for that letter to Gregory Pixide. Very important you take that, guys. And then read it afterwards. Very, very important you take that letter. Okay, so once you've got that, we're then going to head east. So there's nearby buildings just to discover the signpost, get into the farm. Yeah, see that building there? We're heading to there next. And then we're going to this cave here, guys. So that cave there. So you can go east, just get that signpost, and then we're going to head to that cave, just at the end of that path.
Run, Roach.
Roach gets stuck on everything. Gets really annoying at times. Yeah, there will be some enemies down here, but if you're quick, you should be able to avoid them before Roach gets scared and kicks you off. Roach is becoming pretty fearless at this point. Yeah, so this is that cave I mentioned, where we should have put a signpost down, a marker. Come straight in here, guys, and to the wall opposite, there'll be 3 letters on the wall. You want to examine the letter on the right. The letter on the right. That will be Merton's prayer. Examine that, take it, read it. And reading that will get you the diagram Manticore armor. And it also trigger that quest, Grandmaster Manticore gear, scavenger hunt. Yeah, there you go. Diagram Manticore armor. So that's one of the diagrams. Now we're going to put a marker down. There should be a signpost there. And see where I'm pointing now? You're going to come right there. So the signpost there. And we'll put the marker down the second time that is a small cave we need to go inside. Yeah, we need to get all the diagrams for all the Witcher gear in this DLC. Every single diagram. And it can take a long time getting all of them because they're all over the place. Which doing it this way is going to be very, very optimal, guys. Doing everything along the way. The Witcher quest, the Wine Wars, or the main quest. Doing them all while we're in the region. So yeah, over here, we get our signpost, Termes Palace Ruins. There's debris everywhere, so you might want to get off Roach once you... I have no idea why I'm jumping up there. What are you doing, Geralt? Yeah, once you get out of signpost, you might want to get off Roach and just make your way to where I'm going. Remember, it's at the sort of northeast side of the ruins. Yeah, see on my marker. Yep, here it is. You'll find this little cave, guys, in the northeast corner. I'll just show where I am on the map. So that's where I am on the map. Yep, and on the floor, just outside the doorway, there'll be a purple ruby. Take the ruby, and then come inside the doorway and place a purple ruby on the wall there. That will remove this portal, so you can go through. It's basically like a magic barrier, it's not a portal. And then come through, ignore these enemies, and use Ard on that wall to break it. There you go, carry on through. You don't have to kill this first bunch of enemies, or this bunch in here. You can sort of just go up this side of the path there, without having to jump up anything. And use Ard on this wall next. That's it, drop in. Now these enemies you will have to kill. So kill all these whites, there's about 4 or 5. Yeah, kill them all. It'll get you some nice loot afterwards as well. Yeah, once you kill them all, come in here, this sort of east small side room, and examine the satchel on the floor. And you'll find them 3 diagrams, guys. Grandmaster, Wolven Steel Sword, Silver Sword, and the Gauntlets. Make sure you take all them. Grab all this loot which the enemies dropped. And then come in a small room to the west. Yeah, it's not letting me take that item there. Weird. See that little item on the minimap? Yep, never mind. It's obviously glitched out. Yeah, so come in here and now examine this satchel as well. There might be one enemy left. This guy obviously hiding around the corner. Try to ambush him. Nothing can fool me though. Yeah, so examine this satchel, guys. There it is. You find some more Witcher gear here. This will be the Wolven armor, the Wolven trousers, and the Wolven boots. There you go. That should be all the Grandmaster Wolven gear. You should have it all now. Make sure you read any journals you find. That one there. And then grab the old elven key by that door and then unlock the door, guys, and you can escape. Yeah, you should have all the Grandmaster Wolven diagrams at this point. And now, you see where we are, guys. We're going to put a little marker down just there to the east, near the beach. Yeah, you know you've got everything because you would have completed that quest. Yeah, so once you come to this, there'll be a person in distress. You're going to kill all the enemies. And this bit's very, very important. So once you kill them all, choose to meet him there. So you have to choose the bottom option. Yeah, so once you kill them all, just wait a moment. Yeah, so the bottom option, meet you there. Very important, guys. Do not select that top option. We do not want to warp away from this point. So just, yeah, tell me you'll meet him there. Grab any loot which the enemy's dropped. And then we're going to follow the main quest, Le Cage Arfal. This one here. And the objective is to look for the White's Lair. Yep, that's the objective we're following. So once you've got that quest active, you want to put a mark down about there. You see where the objective is, but the path to access that little cottage is normally around the west side. So if you approach that ruins from the sort of north side and then follow it around anti-clockwise to the west, you go straight up to the entrance, guys, and you can get straight up to the cottage. So yeah, just make your way there next. It's quite bumpy on the way there if you take a sort of direct path. So I normally come south along the shoreline first. And then once the objective is sort of on my west, then I sort of turn. And you don't need as much obstacles then, and Roach won't get stuck as much. Yeah, so about this point I start to turn. Like I say, do not go straight to objective marker. You want to go to that marker which you put down, not the actual objective marker. Yeah, that marker that you put down. And yeah, you'll see if you try to go straight to the marker, you'll just hit a massive hill and you won't be able to progress. So yeah, you should carry on anti-clockwise around the cottage. Follow the path. Yeah, the Trastamara hunting cottage. And it should bring you to the entrance. Get off Roach and ignore the enemies. All you got to do is run into the house and it'll trigger a little cutscene.
Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of
yeah, here we go.
Message.
So once you get control back, head inside and go right into the sort of kitchen area. And you want to examine the table with all the skeletons around it. Yeah, this table here.
White saliva. No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still
and then once you examine that, drop down to the basement. And you want to examine the room on your right.
This have anything to do with the curse?
Yeah, this room on the right, there'll be a cauldron in the middle. Examine the cauldron.
It makes sense. Cauldron I was looking for. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately.
Yep, and then examine the sort of cutlery on the table.
Afraid he won't get
and then it should update that you can hide. At this point, you want to hide in the wardrobe. Now, it's very important you choose my responses here. So hide in the wardrobe next, and you want to choose the top, the bottom. The bottom option is timed. Yeah, choose the bottom option. Try to lift the curse, and then during the meal, choose the third option. Let's eat, not using the spoons. Yep, just use your hands, and that will give us all the results we want. You'll get XP times 1000. Yeah, make sure you choose some options, guys. Very, very important. Actually, choose some options will give you the trait Wisdom. Yeah, choosing try to lift the curse and then let's eat not using the spoons gives you Wisdom towards that later quest. So very important. That was our Wisdom objective completed. And I've just put a marker down. See how I just put a marker down on the map? So all you do, come outside, put a marker down while I just did to sort of southwest. And then jump over the wall to the right. No need to fight any of these enemies. And then just carry on to that marker, guys. Should be level 39 at this point. Yeah, so this place we're heading to now. That key we got back in part 29. We got a key just after the cockatrice inn. We went out a little guided treasure to remember. We got a key. That key actually opens this door where we're going to right now. Yeah, without that key, you will not be able to access this room, and you would have to go and get that key at one point, and then come all the way back here.
Move it.
Yep, here it is. So you want to go to the basement. You find a infestation. Yeah, wine was the juice in the machine. That should trigger once you come in. So come in and you want to kill this enemy, guys. Kill the enemy and then loot it. Yeah, once you looted it, you're going to loot this box in the corner for the stock taken report. Yeah, very important. Take the stock taken report from this box and read it. That should finish this quest. If it doesn't, you might have to burn these crates of spores. Yeah, you might have to burn that one and this bundle as well. Yeah, but the important thing is to make sure that quest is complete, guys, the juice and the machiner. And then that'll be it, guys, for that part. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you on part 31.